Hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring, where last time we did a solid bit, I think. We finally cleaned up all of this kind of an area. Just to ignore this little bit here. I think I figured out how we get there, is what we did last time. I'm fairly certain it's to do with this, and that is going to link up to here. At least that would be my understanding. For now, though, I'm actually going to travel to this marker. Because when you came down to this, the southmost site of grace I'm currently at, you're kind of just running from a dragon, and I just wanted to find somewhere down south to drop a marker so we could travel down here quite happily. I've not explored the vast majority of this area. There's a big old river underground goes through here. We've done that. That bit I'm happy to have explored. Now, I've not, however, explored over there, which could be interesting. Could also be interesting is exploring up this top bit, which I'm assuming we can get to. I don't know how. And hey, Shy, good to see you. Good to see you. I am hoping I don't have to do too much fighting of this big dude there. I might, just to be safe, equip a dagger in my offhand slot. It's going to be useful. But now though, I'm going to try and ignore that dude. If he aggro's on me, I will try and fight. Yeah, hope you had a lovely weekend, Shai. Hope you had a lovely weekend and you didn't get caught out too much in the sun. Because, God, it is very warm over here. I'm hoping it's maybe slightly less warm for you. Because we got it cooler now. Like, now it's kind of overcast, a bit chilly. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it being on the chilly side. It's getting wrap up warm. As opposed to being extremely hot and not being able to do anything about it. It is considerably less fun when you're just far too hot. Yeah, making my way through. What have we got? Is there anything around here? I mean, there is. There's this guy who normally gives me a cookbook. Hello, what have you got? Got anything for me? You just kind of, chilling? You know what? We'll leave you be. We'll leave you be. No extra sunburns except for one from before. Yeah, that's good then. That's good you're not any more burnt. Because, yeah, sunburns are not fun. Is one on your shoulder getting any better? I hope it's doing fine. Because, I mean, it's been... What's that, like 3-4 days now since you got it? So hopefully it's doing a little bit. Also, there really is not anything of interest in this area, is there? I've kind of just been going around and I thought there might be something, but aside from like, I think it was 2 large sheep that I saw. That might be a third one just there. Possibly 3 large sheep. I've not seen anything of all that much interest. Big sheep, I mean it's somewhat interesting, right? It is very much not something I need to go fight, however. They're kind of dangerous, they do not give you a very good reward, and yeah, it's just, as far as I'm concerned, not worth doing. Ow. Who zapped me there? I didn't expect to be zapped. Is there anything like this side by the cliff edge? Is what I'm thinking. Doesn't look like it, no. There's potentially a lot more of these sheep than I thought. That's like maybe 4 of them. There's one rolling around and I've spotted at least 3 stationary ones. So I don't entirely know it. I don't entirely know it. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much in at least this area. I wonder if I can get like underneath this piece. I might be able to. Because currently we are very low down. Very low down. It's starting to get let some skin loose. I mean, that's not a bad thing, no. That's kind of the new skins kind of coming in under and the old skins starting to kind of peel away, I guess. That's not a bad thing. That's kind of just what happens. I'm saying the word kinda a lot, haven't I? You know, it's just what happens with sunburns. Like, that sounds like healing pretty much fine. So you should be okay. You should be okay. Is that a person? It is. He's just out walking his dog. We'll leave him be. We're not going to go and attack him, because he'd attack me if I got any closer. But he's allowed to walk his dog. I will permit it. However, here, we've got... Is this stone? I was going to say it was a part of a shipwreck, but it's made of stone. Possibly not. I don't know what's going on with this. We've got grave crickets, which leads me to think it's some kind of grave thing. But why are they all kind of askew? I'm really confused here. Why aren't they flat if they're graves? Do they like fall down from above? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. The skin itches like crazy? I mean, yeah, that's what it'll be like. Just try not to itch it too much. Like, you can try and like get rid of the loose skin if you want, that shouldn't be anything bad, but try not to damage a new skin underneath, which is probably kinda sensitive. Yeah, hope you're enjoying your game though. Hope you're enjoying your game. Oh, that is a person who wants to attack. Hello. Who are you? You're not too worrying, honestly. I think I've come across you once before already. You had been a lot more worrying, mostly due to position, because I found him in an underground kind of area. Like one of the... Is it a catacomb? Or is it just something else? I want to say it was one of the things sealed away by an imp statue. Yeah, I want to say I needed a stone sword key to get in. At least the area I'm thinking. There's a lot of these things and there's not much here. Like an illusory big rock? No? Alright. You know, the one I fought before, he was next to one of those big... whatever you'd call them. I don't actually know what they were. Big kinda metal rolly thing, I guess, underground. Wasn't fun fighting around a really confined space when he teleports around. But as for this seems to be fine. Seems to be fine. Yeah, ghost dudes are, like, mildly scary. I'd say there's scarier in the game, Shan. I'd say there is definitely a lot scarier stuff. Arguably, these birds are kind of scary, because I think it's somewhere between like a statue and an actually living bird. That doesn't sound very fun for it, I wouldn't think. Then of course you've got, I'm not going to say necessarily body horror, but there's definitely some weirder aspects of designs of some of the creatures, and also I should be really careful here because of all of the zappy things. However, I do want to grab items. There are these ghost trees. What are these things? No, they're like worm dudes with like a funky haircut and a beard, I guess. That's what these dudes are. I'm leaving them be because they're pretty chill. I could attack them if I wanted. Nah, they're chill. This thing, however, is very much a tree. I don't think it's a ghost. And, I mean, this guy, I don't know what he is, I'll be honest. He's some kind of... I don't know, maybe like an assassin of some type? I don't know. Yeah, I can see why you'd think they might be trees. They've got little wisps of something that could be leaves. As for this part, got big orb. See that kind of lightning orb? We do not want it finding me. I'm worried it might be spotting me there. No, I think it was just turning around. That's fine. That's fine. It's that thing I remember we've had before, and they are not very friendly. Oh, it's found me. Ouch. Okay, I'm alive. I'm alive, it's gone now. If I got hit by a second one of those, that would have been dangerous. That would have been dangerous. What we do have, though, which I'm kind of curious about, is that big thing off in the distance. I'm not all too sure how you get there. There's someone who's died in this storm, which is kind of impressive. Having a look, yeah, that is definitely separated by non-traversable water. So I need to go through the underground, perhaps? Like, is there a way through to the underground underneath this thing? So this thing's the most raised of all of these, what I'm assuming are grave sites. However, I'm not seeing any way underneath. I'm thinking there's likely a cave. If not a cave, there's definitely something else. That goat enemy's the scariest. I mean, scariest so far. Scariest so far. I'm sure we can get worse for Shy, don't worry. I'm sure it can get much worse. That's concerning. And look alone. I mean, they are pretty funky looking. They are pretty funky looking. Anything up here? We do, in fact, have some glovewort. Lovely stuff. As for down there, we've got a Site of Grace, and I mean, that's a path down on those gravestones, right? I don't think that's a path up. Looks like an actual demon. I mean, it might be an actual demon. I don't know. Well, that's embarrassing, isn't it? I thought I could, like, land on a ledge on the way down, but apparently that's just, it's not got any ledges on that. Lovely. That's fine. I can get there on my horse easily enough. Alright. Man walking his dog. We're gonna leave you be. You can continue walking your dog. I will leave you in peace. Just need to get my runes. We need to activate the Site of Grace. We might have a level up ready. I'm unsure of that, but we might. Got a lot of these weird burn things. I don't entirely know what they are. I want to assume it's something to do with spirits, just because they're kind of vaguely transparent and blue. And that, to me, makes me think, oh yeah, spirits. I've no idea if that actually is the case. Also, my runes are going to be up top of there, aren't they? Up here we go then, in that case. That is more than acceptable. Like, I can quite happily get up here. There we go. Just this time, I'm not going to chuck myself off in the hopes that's a quicker way down. I'm just going to go back this way. There we go, much safer. Much safer. No falling to my death this time. Yeah, those gravestones... There's definitely a path there, but I don't think it's a path I can do from below. I am going to have a very quick investigate, just in case it is a way to get up top. I don't know. I'm not thinking it will be. But there is a chance. Yeah, we only got to improve it once, that's reasonable. Yeah, we're close to a level up. We've not quite got one. Not quite. We'll grab this guy's item, and then I'm assuming... Yeah, we probably can't climb up this. Somebody else is looking for a way, seemingly. I mean, I might be able to get up to this one. That worked. And you clipped it. Fair enough, Shy, fair enough. Not Yeah, I'm not thinking that's somewhere I can get to. Oh well, worth a go. Worth a go. It would have been quite interesting if you were able to climb up that from below, because you've only ever been able to drop down on them before. That was the most methodical layout of one I've ever seen. So it had some merit to me thinking that. But yeah, sadly not. Sadly not. Up ahead, have we got anything much? We got a lot of those ghost worms, as I'm gonna call them. We've also got this little ledge here, which doesn't have anything for me. Understandable, but a bit of a shame. And we've got you. Oh, I've not seen you before. Who are you? Oh, you're surprisingly tough, and you can grab me. Okay. And it has like a magic blade, which partly goes through my shield. Okay. He's a slightly tricky one, is what he is. What are you all about, Mr. like demi-human sword man? Yeah, very much not seen this guy as far as I remember. I think I remember him, he's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think he's Yoda, but he is somewhat living in a swamp, so possibly. I mean, if lightsabers are magic swords, then, you know what, yeah, this could be Yoda. But I mean, I don't think calling a lightsaber a magic sword is too much of a stretch. Knock him down while he's in the air, and there we go. Starlight Shards. A rarer item, but not one which makes you think he's not possibly going to reappear if I return to this area. Which is interesting. I thought he'd be more of a unique enemy. Seeing as he isn't someone I fought before. Green sword picks up without touching me. I mean, yeah. You do see a lot of similarities there, which I didn't immediately pick up on. What's that? Something exploded. What's exploded? Okay, I think I'm safe, but something exploded. I think, honestly, there are a lot of similarities. There are more than I want to admit. It could be Yoda. Or it could have been Yoda. I've murdered him now. But there was a chance. Spirit sword. Is that perhaps what I just thought? Yoda using a spirit sword. Possibly. Is a spirit sword magical? If it is a sword, it would be around this area, right? There's katana. It's not a katana. That's good to know. Is it not curved sword? Don't think it's a curved sword. It's unlikely to be a thrusting sword or a heavy thrusting sword. I don't think it's a colossal one. Don't think it'll be a great sword. Is it just a regular sword? Maybe? There's a lot of swords here. A lot of them are also quite similar. It's not a dagger. Is it? Have I just gone past it? I might have just gone past it. Spirit sword should be at least somewhat recognizable. But I'm not recognizing it. No, never mind. There it is. It is a curved sword. It does do magic damage, so maybe. I mean, I think, honestly, you thinking he's Yoda is a lot more observant than I was. Although, my Star Wars knowledge comes from the LEGO Star Wars games. it's not from anything else. Like, back when I was a kid, I played a lot of, I want to say multiple of LEGO Star Wars games. But, I was mostly, I think, Saga, back in the 360 I played. And I don't think I've really seen many of the Star Wars films, so that is where most of my knowledge comes from. Which is somewhat surprising, I would imagine, but I've not seen much of the actual Star Wars films. This guy, he's got a spiky club. Just had to check, he does do bleed. These things will explode if I get close and then stay close. Seemingly. How close do I need to be for them to explode? I mean, they'll still explode within a reasonable distance. Like, I could kill these guys off. Everyone's into Star Wars. The thing is, it's not that I'm not into Star Wars, it's just I've not seen the films. Like, I don't watch many films. So, that is somewhat understandable. But yeah. Not really too knowledgeable about Star Wars. Although I do know a good amount from the LEGO Star Wars game. Like, there are a lot of things which I would imagine I don't know. But strangely, there's a lot of interesting stuff I do know from the games. Like, apparently donk droids are a thing. And they're like walking bins, I think. I don't know. But they were always fun. They were completely useless, but they were quite fun. They had like little rat ones as well, little rat shaped robots. I miss the LEGO Star Wars games. I should play them again sometime. I should. Films aren't bad, you're not into the franchise anymore. Those two trilogies were good after that was stopped. I mean, I have heard the latest films have been not necessarily bad, just not what people wanted from them. So yeah, that is moderately understandable, yeah. Got some tortoises, just doing their tortoising stuff. That's all fun, we need to be worried there. A few demi-humans about, but it's not really anything to be concerned with. So I'm just going to continue on up this way. If we're not needing to fight, I'm not going to. I'm not going to, because it's not necessarily going to give me much. We do, however, down here, some slightly bigger demi-humans we've got. Also, that is almost definitely like a boat, right? Are they grave boats? Is that what's going on? Maybe? I don't know. All I know is I think this guy's spotted. And there's a demi-human queen further down. Demi-human queen is not hugely concerning. However, I do want to be a little careful when it comes to them. Because they can hit very hard. Ouch. You know what? These guys, I'm just going to fight without necessarily guard countering all the time. Because in groups, guard countering gets a lot less reliable. Before we go against the demi-human queen, however, make sure I'm getting rid of all of these things. Because these guys aren't tough, but if they sneak up from behind me, they're going to be a nuisance. You just get a little tap. This guy's a little bigger, so you get... I mean, I think a guard counter is comparable to like 1.5 light taps. So yeah, that seems reasonable. We got you aren't anything to be worried about, so I'm just gonna whack you. There we go. down there, there is beach with a couple of small dudes and the bigger dude as well. Okay, maybe drop down there in a second. So I do want to make sure the area I'll be fighting the Demi-Human Queen is mostly clear. Yeah, I think dropping down at the moment is fairly sensible. Because yeah, I can get a drop attack in the big dude. You're just small, so you can just have a single light tap apparently. There we go. I do have a lot, yeah. It's enough for one level up, which... I mean, I could have spent if I went back to a Site of Grace. But I don't think I'm going to go back to Site of Grace. This fight should be doable, and I didn't do anything too tricky to kind of get to this area. It feels almost like a dead end, but not entirely convinced. Demi-Human Queen has still not noticed me. Can I get anyone else's attention before the fight starts? Potentially if I do this? Yeah, we got one person. Okay, no, never mind. He's invited his friends. Yeah, hello, Demi-Human Queen. I'm just gonna quickly flamethrower. Get a good bit of damage in on people. Getting rid of them. Now it should just be me and her, right? Ouch. She just whacked me. I got a decent whack on her, but she did also whack me. Knocked her down. Or not exactly down, because she was on the rock, but still. She's not all that tough. She doesn't have a lot of health. We're doing more than okay here. And there we are. Not anything too tricky. See, the torch is working out. It's working. I don't think it's working well still. But it is somewhat working, and those guys drowning in the waves. Like that. I felt like they were submerged in the water partly when the wave came in. That doesn't seem like a good place to sit, my guy. Like, I understand wanting your toes in the water, but... yeah, that might be a little much. For now, be slightly careful. We can approach the edge. I don't want to fall off. I want to see if there's a way on top of this thing. I think kind of just running around by foot rather than on the horse is going to be safer. Because I feel I've got a better stopping distance on foot. However, we've got these rocks, which I'm seeing you can get on top of. Careful I don't fall off of them. But just climb up here. Okay, yeah, there's not any kind of bridge to get across to those rocks. I was thinking, oh, maybe there's a way over there. And, yeah, no. I was hoping those rocks might lead me to this. Definitely not. Definitely, that's a bit of a stretch. It's a little too far away. However, we can get on top of this. We can see there is a ledge up here. Hidden underneath what you'd see in the map. And this is a great Grave God War, which is pretty good. I think that we've done this little area underneath, I believe. We've done this area. So I'll go back to, oh, drop the marker, to here. That should be moderately okay. I mean, first of all, I think we do our level up. It's going to be sensible. Level up my endurance, I believe you were doing. Oh, we actually got quite a lot from meeting up the demi-human queen. I could just, like, actually use all of these runes I've just been sitting on. Because they're fairly valuable. Like, that would get me about... I reckon if I used all of them 3 levels. But nah, I'm good. What we want is Armor of Solitude. Yes, which we can now equip. There we go. We may still look slightly silly. To look slightly less silly than before. I still like my little bowl helmet. I think my bowl helmet is... I mean, somewhat working with the armor. I don't know. We've got a better cape. Better cape is all I need, you know. Now, there's a very obvious dragon off in the distance. I want to say he's my next objective. Because he's just sitting in this area, and I don't think there's anything else. Let's skirt around his little arena for now. Just have a little spy and see if there's anything of note. I don't think there's anything of note. I'm not seeing it anyway. I mean, there's a few guys... I mean, praying towards that island, seemingly. Which is an interesting bit of set dressing. But aside from that, I think it's dragon time. So we're gonna have a quick drink of water and we're gonna fight a dragon. I am always down to fight a dragon, just get off the horse. He doesn't know I'm here, so I might be able to get a quick attack on his leg. Yeah, these dragons haven't been too bad. They look very fleshy and bony, but for the most part, these guys are fine. I think largely my goalie damage does good against them. This is their goose flame dragons, making me think it's like necromantic, maybe? Might be necromancy still. Regardless, they're not all too bad. They're not all too bad. Just make sure I try to keep locked onto his foot. He's flying. Dodged slightly too early, but we can still get a nice couple of hits in there. Blocking is more sensible option. We've knocked his leg well enough. There we go. Now we just keep on strong attacking as much damage as I can. Wait for my stamina to get back. Back off a little bit because he's about to do an explosion. I mean, didn't damage me as much as I thought it would. That's quite good. Is he summoning things? He is. That's what he's done. Okay. He does, however, do friendly fire to them fellas. So that could be considerably worse for me. If we didn't do any friendly fire to them, then this would be a lot more tricky. However, the fact that he does means I'm immediately a lot less worried about him. Still dodging it wrong for that. Out of practice with my dragons. Out of practice. Is that a projectile came in? Yeah, a couple of these dudes he summoned through projectiles. Okay, that's not ideal. Projectiles are bad. Can't say I'm fond of those. I'm getting to do a proper stop. Yeah, like that. And a lot happier. I'm getting to do another proper stop. Yeah, and he's clearing out some of his friends. Need to make sure I can lock onto the dragon itself. We're doing fine. He approaches towards me a bit when he does that. As I'm turning around, I thought he was lifting his foot. Different from what I expected. Okay. That's his proper stomp. He has killed one of his friends, I think. I'm just focusing on him. I'm going to ignore any of his friends. Because yeah, while they are annoying, and they're doing like ranged damage to me, all in all, they could be far, far worse. So try and lock onto the dragon himself. Come on, there we go. He's steadily killing off his friends. That's good for me. Turn up to him again. Get the shield ready just to be safe. Strong attack, another strong attack. We missed, so had his foot up, but we're all good. Yeah, these dragons aren't as bad as I thought they'd be. This guy's really not terrible at all. The guy, when I saw him in the distance, thought, okay, this guy's gonna be, I mean, same as the other dragons. He's not the same as the other dragons. The other ones have also not been the most difficult. This guy's got friends. He's been slightly different. Still not all too bad. Back away. What? So lost a lot of health to his ranged attacks. And he, I think, fell down. Which is surprising. However, he is also now gone. Now to deal with you, because you're a nuisance. So 1. That's 2. Then you go. Now this one's only one left. Okay, properly gone. You're now safe from the weird ranged projectiles that they shoot out. Well, I think we've wrapped up most of the stuff we'd run past earlier, so we're going to be on to entirely new stuff in a moment. So having to quickly search the edges over here, just in case there's something. There doesn't look to be. There's a little tortoise. Hello, tortoise. He's chill. He's not going to get hurt. He's fine. I'd only hurt a tortoise if I thought there was something potentially special about it. Yeah, heading up here. Should be able to rest at the site of grace up towards this cross. I mean, I think we're probably going to head up towards that little... What would you call it? I'm trying to think, what would you actually call that? It's not a hill, is it? I guess a cliff? Yeah, it's technically a cliff, yeah. Is it a cliff as you're approaching, or is it only a cliff once you get to the tall point? What makes it a cliff? I don't know. All I do know is I actually need more endurance. So, faith would be more attack. Mine would be more FP. Let's see, maybe get some cool summons. So I'm gonna go for cool summons. Why not? I don't really need the stuff to be spent anywhere else. On my horse I get... Yeah, up towards... whatever you'd call it. The little peninsula, potentially. Peninsula doesn't sound right though. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you'd call this thing. We're going this way regardless though. I love these worms. Are they wanting to attack me or... No, they're just popping out to say hello. Okay. That's... fine. There is, however... one of those trolls. ones who chuck the giant pots at. Not seen one of you in a long, long while, my friend. I say friend, you're not much of a friend. You're trying to chuck pots at me. I don't think that's something friends tend to do. Keep on whacking him though. As he stands up, wait for my stamina to return. I think, was it 2 heavy attacks was enough to knock him down? I think it was 2 charged hits. Seemed like enough. I don't know if he was maybe not staggerable while he did that attack. He's just not falling down anymore. I don't know why. Is it because he's changed form? I don't know. He's gone now. He's gone. Hefty cracked pot. More importantly, floating pots. Although they are technically not quite floating. Because they're attached to this one. I don't think they're supposed to be still suspended in the air, but they are. And I'm not going to question it much. Back on the horse for now. Oh, I don't think there's any more enemies. Not for the immediate moment. Interact with this. It's not anything I need, but I will take it. Down this way we have... I mean, not anything down the way. It's almost definitely going to be something up the way though. And with the complete lack of anything leading up to it, aside from... Are you different to the usual kind of flesh slimes? I think you are. What are they? Are they flesh? And like tar, maybe? I don't know. I'm just burning them. Because they're clearly not friendly. What do they give me? Glass. Well, that doesn't really help. All I know is there seems to be a lot of them. So for the most part, I am going to ignore them. Yeah, mostly open area makes me think potentially there's a boss. What's this about? Is this just like a big hole? Yes. That is a considerably large hole. Considerably larger than I thought it would be. Okay. So not boss time. It's strategic falling time. Do I want to strategically fall? I mean, I might as well while I'm here. I don't know if I want to go all that way. Because if I'm imagining correctly how far down that goes, we've got an underground section we're about to be visiting. It is just an assumption. But it does go incredibly far down. So I don't think it's necessarily an incorrect assumption. Just making sure there's not anything of interest. Which, turns out there is. Only I had a dog. If only. More importantly though, cookbook. Which I said more importantly, and I now rescind that because I have not once crafted items aside from like some fire pots because a note mentioned them. But yeah, we need to go into the weird hole surrounded by odd little slime creatures. Which makes you think they came out of this hole. Which makes you think maybe I don't want to go down this hole. Because I mean, yeah, you got more slime dudes on the wall. For slime dudes on the walls, do I just go quickly? Is that the intention? Because I mean, I can definitely go quickly and like evaluate my paths without really pausing. Just drop way down here. Drop on down to this. You're doing fine with my strategic falling down. It's not parkour. It's just going in one direction. That is dim. From here, it looks like I need to take this little bridge. So there we go. Got another item. Then presumably a way to fall down. Yeah. Cool. Am I technically in the underground? Apparently not. So that's good. I was hoping I wouldn't be in the underground. So that means this is just the cave of interest. And I am certainly interested in this cave. So what have we got? We have Stone Coffin Fissure. Again, still not underground, but this does lead further down. There's a lot more of these coffin things. I didn't have any plans of going underground today. I thought I'd be mostly above ground. We've got what looks like a magic dude there. I'm going along this direction. There's a slime trying to get to me. We're not going to be very successful in doing that. We're trying. Am I allowed my horse? I'm not. So this part's definitely intended to be done on foot. Congealed foot trestles. Don't know what that is. But, cool, I guess. So be careful going around, because I like dropping stuff from the ceiling. I'm not able to look quite at the right angle to be able to check the ceiling as it gets considerably higher above me. Anyway, now we're here. St. Trina's arrows, very much something kind of interesting. But, murder this dude. Because these dudes are a pain, especially if it's a wizard one. The magic dudes are not fun. And he got their fork. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did we have one of those already? I'm just curious. I think we found something from it. I saw that ghosted. I thought that was another enemy. That's fine. We got what I think was a Blood Fiend's arm previously. Yeah. So that is different. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that weapon they're using, if you pay attention to that thing on their right hand side, their hand is fused to whatever that club is. So yeah, that is just part of their arm that we got as a weapon. We've also got our fork now though, so we're half of the way to like, I don't ever like those, but I'll need to remember that's something I can fall down. Again, we're not actually in the underground. Yeah, we're halfway to a full kind of dishware set, aren't we? Which is interesting. I don't know if we need a full set of cutlery, but we've got a fork. I'm hoping we can find like a spoon or something to be fun. I don't know if I've got spoons. Guy's got a different fork. Which is actually dealing ice damage as well. I thought that was maybe like a special thing. No, there's actually quite a few of them. So maybe it's not a special thing. In which case... I wonder if the one I picked up does frost damage, because that's a fairly rare type of damage to find. Like, base game is definitely a few weapons with that typing. Like, it's not as rare as lightning damage. certainly on the rarer side. But there we go. Continue to beat up this dude. There we go. Pick up whatever this guy has. Deep purple lily. Just be careful standing on these edge bits because it might collapse. But if it does, it means it's safe to fall down. It's not collapsing, which makes you think we need to go across. Probably that bit over there is what I'm going to have to aim for. We don't get a map. So I'm just needing to be extra sure I actually look at everything before going to like what I will assume would be the next area if I cross that bridge. Might be part of the same area still. There's definitely a chance. Yeah, keeping on beating these guys up seems to be working. This is all good. Have we got anything else of interest? I mean, I see the site of Grace and I see those two guys and I'm thinking, I don't need to fight those guys because I'm going to activate the site of Grace anyway. Which, in the fairness, I don't need to rest at. So it wouldn't necessarily respawn them. It's not necessarily anything I need still. So you get a Saka tree fragment. Or Scado tree, I guess. We apparently have enough to increase my blessing. There we go. Do we have enough to level up? No, we don't. Brilliant stuff. I mean, we can probably get a good view of where we might end up going. So we're going to follow that bridge along. Gonna probably go up through that little path. Then I guess onto there. Which reasonably I could see collapse. And it's got something to do. Do you, however, want to go down there? I've just spotted that down there area. Where on earth did I go to get to there? Did I aim for that path? Maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna talk to this guy at least. What are you up to? Kindly, Mikola, I see you've thrown away something you should not have under any circumstances. How will you salvation offer to those who cannot be saved, when you could not even save your other self? Yeah, that's talking about how Mikola had apparently like two halves, or a twin. Abandoned here, my love. This is what Mikola has abandoned, allegedly. That is a concerning thing to have to abandon for whatever she was up to. Like her love is an emotion? Or something that she had loved. I don't know. Do kinda want to drop down here. It looks drop downable. It is. It is drop downable. Going along this way, I'm not entirely buying there's anything down here. Yeah, no, there wasn't. Worth a check. Worth a check. Yeah, in that case, this is making me think, does that lead to the little area I'd seen from above? Maybe. And I drop down to here, immediately nothing. Got to do that 360, because I don't trust FromSoft to not just try and murder me. Yeah, be careful here. There's an item. There's also these dudes that are dropping from the ceiling. Velvet Sword of Saintry. Now that's an interesting one. Trina's sleep normally. Where is this sword? 'Cause I do also like it being purple. I don't think we've got many purple ones. And yeah, eternal sleep build up. That is a very interesting way. It's not at all my kind of weapon I'll be using. But there's not many things in the game that have sleep build-up. One of the few, I believe, is a torch, which I just didn't go to get because I've been told sleep has been very much nerfed in terms of fighting bosses. That guy jumped in, didn't want to be fought. It's okay, he's been fought anyway. The purple tail, which is why he kind of interested me. That's fine. Continuing along here, we've got rock dudes. You chill? Seem pretty chill. I'm gonna leave him be. Can't jump up there. I can probably just climb on across this bit. Anything here? No. No, there's not. Still, I'm glad to find that sword. That's a cool sword to find. Very much not for my torch build, which I say build in a fairly generous way, seeing as it's not exactly a build, it's just I've got a torch. Like, I've done a fairly standard shield build for great shields and like heavy armor, and then I've got a torch. Like that's as much of a build as this is. What are you doing? Is that sleep? That might be sleep. Sleep is such a rare effect. I'm kind of tempted to get affected by it. It's called eternal sleep, is the thing. So I don't know how eternal that is, and if it's the same as the regular sleep. But I can check that, can't I, with my arrows? Why not? Yeah, because it's sleep build up. What is eternal sleep build up? There was definitely eternal sleep on the Never Sword. Now I'm even more interested in this weapon. Eternal sleep build up? Is that comparable to instant death? Like with death blows? You just put them to sleep and then they never wake up. I mean, maybe. Ouch. Yeah. I knew these guys would attack me eventually. He's honestly not all too bad. To attack me once more, he can't even get this angle. And he's gone. Revenge, oh revenge. Yeah, I'd say that's a somewhat apt message. He wasn't all too bad though. I wasn't exactly revenge. If I drop to here, these are the explory ones, right? Yeah. Definitely the explory ones. There's not anything over in that direction. I'll just explode you ahead of time. Just in case you were going to be a nuisance. There's another. But that explodey dude is a little more troubling if he actually hits me. If he doesn't, he's not all too bad. If he does, he actually does a lot of damage. You're now attacking me from up there. And you're the next priority to get rid of, because I want to explore. But I want to do so without having to worry entirely about just being shot in the back. I mean, he's not dangerous since you can just block it. He's doing physical damage. Which I personally think should maybe be magic damage. But, does it matter? Probably not. Yeah, with him dealt with, Or continue in that direction anymore. What have we got over here? Because, I mean, we got what I'm assuming is meant to be water, but looks to be flowing really slowly, so I don't know what that is in that wall. And then you got these dudes. I'm just gonna run in and blow up some of them. Mostly because it's fun. I know it's not something I should really be caring about, but it's fun blowing them up. It gives me so few runes, it's not worth it, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy just blowing things up. It's a simple pleasure. Yeah, grab this in case we need it for anything. I don't think we will. I very rarely use consumables. Actually, I'm trying to remember when I last used consumable. I might just not use consumables. Ever. Not want to lock onto them, do not lock onto this. No, he just gets a bit of a whack. There we go. So down there is not the correct way. Correct way to go is down here. Because these guys have a lot of knockback. I'm assuming that was meant to knock me off the edge if I'd been hit. Which is a bit mean, but I avoided it, so that's okay. It's okay. Messages lead on down that way. But first, I don't think we're going back at all. So drop a proper rest. Check if I'm able to level up. I'm not. I need 190,000 souls. It's a lot. It really is a lot. I'm trying to think what I even need for my level ups. I don't think I need to level up at all. I'm putting points into my FP reserves now, simply because I don't know what to level up. We've got just some skeletons. I mean, that guy, he didn't care much for his second life. He just launched himself off of a cliff. So, good for him, I guess. Issue with skeletons is I need to remember to go for the second hits. Something I'm prone to forgetting. It's been a while since I've actually fought skeletons. Thankfully though, they do go down quite easily, and I mean it's a big blob that reasonably I don't have to fight. But I will anyway. I'm just going to get rid of these dudes first. Like Dark Hunter, does that do much? Not really. I mean, is holy damage just not good against them? Maybe? Yeah, now I want to fight you, because big blobs could be hiding stuff. Reasonably, if he drops an item, would be cool. He could be placed over an item. So he's also really bad at just hitting, seemingly. Just keep on whacking the dude. Skirt around him slightly. Because yeah, he's awful at hitting me. I think he just takes ages to charge his attack. Is mostly what goes on. Good amounts of damage in. Oh no, he cannot hit for whatever reason. You did drop something? He dropped 7 smithing stone 8s. I don't know if that was him or if that was just placed there. I'd very much say it was worthwhile. Because if I ever need smithing stone 8s again, I now very much have them. Also, where are you exactly? Are you misbegotten? You remind me of probably the boss from South Limgrave. Sorry for coughing. I can't afford to look away from the screen while fighting this dude. I normally would look away from my mic, so that would be less obnoxious. Yeah, got him. That's fine. Got a cool spell, so he's not going to come back. Or, I think an incantation, actually. If you want to be doing your semantics about it. One thing I am curious of, and quickly go back and revisit the room. Someone's left a message in that little window there. You can get there. Somehow. I don't know what's on the other side. The fact I can get there makes me think I want to. There's a site of grace just up ahead. There is lots of flowers. Which do concern me slightly. But no, it seems to be fine. Oh, right, I can't jump up there. Make my way along. We activate you. And have we like found Noah's Ark? What's going on here? So what's this about? Just all sorts of animals just chilling. I mean, I'm down for cool animal friends. I'm not seeing a way to get to that window from earlier, though. Animal friends, I'm worried I might be about to kill someone you like, because you're all facing towards what I'm assuming is a boss arena, from the fact there's kind of a gate. No? There is not a boss arena? Oh, please grant me the courage to fly to your feet, my dearest, Saint Trina. Is this a jump moment? It said grant me courage. I don't think you're getting much more courage than that. What have I just done? What am I about to do? I mean, it seems safe. So that's good. No bosses. I can leave. I don't think I can. What have we got? And that guy's having a lovely time fighting someone. What came from over there? Oh, you're apparently a knight. You inflict cold damage, you got a horse, and all in all, you don't seem terrible. You hit quite hard though, when you do. Good luck. Mostly trying to learn his pattern. I will just munch on my physic. He does have ranged attacks, so be careful of that. is a fight I can do on my horse. I don't really want to, but I'm kinda curious if I could. His face looks like a mimic here. Is my biggest point of confusion here. What? No, I cannot do this on horseback, apparently. And I don't know what he's done exactly. He's giving me a whole bunch of crossbow. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't seem all too bad. Like all the bosses I've fought so far, he very much seems reasonable. Like, reasonable aside from the jumping off a cliff to fight him. That's considerably less reasonable. I mean, it's quite the way down, isn't it? Well, down we go again. I mean, it's a very dramatic entrance to the fight. Maybe the first time anyway. After that, it's kind of just more annoying, I'd argue. Just waiting for him to do his thing. His horse comes after me. Horse comes after me again. Maybe he raises up onto his horse. Need my stamina back, so just hold off for a second. Trying to do my guard counter, but it's really not the time or place for it, is it? I know I've lost a whole bunch of roots, I don't know. It's the thing. I'm happy enough losing them. Alright, back up again. This is a really annoying way to have to start the fight, though. This is such a long kind of walk up to it. They could have just put the Site of Grace here, and then it would have been a lot happier by me. But, ah well, we jumped down. Curious if I angled myself right, if I could land on one of those things and just die. Like, maybe. Maybe I could. Okay. Try and fight him again. Mark him a couple times. Got a guard counter and I'm happy with that. Go. Good little bit of damage. Let's get my stamina back. We're now fighting him. Can I hit him while he does this? No, I can't. I need to heal. So like double heal just to be safe. Did frostbite me, but it's not anything awful. Let's guard against this horse again. Even gets onto his horse, give him one solid whack. Ow, that is a ring that closes in on you. Okay. So back away and try to heal. Gotta heal him. I'd like to do another one. There we go. I should maybe use my physic as well. I'm kind of just going for damage. Okay, he's walked away. I use my physic. I try and heal. That's it. next turn. This is mostly okay. Less okay once I start getting hit, but we're fine enough. Spouts summon his horse. Summons the horse again. Gets onto the horse, which lets me get a proper attack on. Another proper attack is circling the flames. It's all good. That's less good. Double heal, I think. Also about to be frostbitten, so be careful about that. Make sure I have enough health to actually spare for when I am. Fine. Try to go for guard counter, get caught out. I should fight this guy regularly. He's about dead. But I should still be sensible in how I fight him. There we go. Ouch. I didn't expect him to almost kill me after he died. But that's him. That was a boss. That was like a proper boss. It's quite easy for a proper boss, I'll be honest. But still, that just means I'm good at the game, right? Am I finding him easy? I don't know where this leads. This could lead anywhere. But we've got to level up, so put that into mind. So let's use the flamethrower more, which might be useful. To also potentially summon some cool fellas, and also this is a I can't attack anyone area. Oh, who are you then? You're clearly important. St. Trina Disciples Cookbook. Oh. Imbibe nectar. Maybe. What am I doing? I am drinking nectar. Is that what imbibe means? So I've now just fallen asleep. Cool. Hooray! I win. What? What if they keep drinking it? Like, I could do it some more. What's this all about? After like doing it so many times, does she wake up? What's this all about? I don't understand. What's happening? Is this important? Like, I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna do it maybe 5 times total. I'm gonna just assume after that nothing's gonna happen. I don't know if what I'm doing is benefiting anything. Like, I'm gonna do it another 2 times now. Like I say, 5 times total. So any more than 5, I would say is unreasonable if this is doing anything. I mean, if I assume this is, like, inflicting eternal sleep... Raise a bloodstain? How'd someone die here? Yeah, that is impressive. How How do you manage that? Sadness ahead. So this is clearly important. Okay, absolutely nothing is changing as I'm doing this. I do it one more time, and I've maybe got a couple ideas. One, I need to have like a specific talisman or a bit of equipment on. Or... Okay. Make Mikula stop?
Don't turn the poor thing into a god.
So that was something. Okay, so we do just do this a few times. You got any more to say? You might. Is it like the rule of 4? Is that what it is? I hope not. So if every 4 times I do this I get a new little bit of dialogue. This is gonna take me a while. I'm glad I kept trying, but we did get something.
Godhood would be Mikula's prison. A caged divinity is beyond saving.
Okay. So Mikula needs saving, and she's thinking Godhood's the way to do that. However, this girl here disagrees and thinks it would just cause her more suffering. Okay. Did we get any more information out of this? Possibly. It's another day. Now a soft fade to black, so we get more information.
You must kill Mikula. Grant him forgiveness.
Okay, so stopping this into Godhood's divinity means we need to kill Mikula. Which I imagine the people who very much want to meet and kind of praise Mikula would be against the happening of that, wouldn't they? Trying to figure out where the rest of this lady is, because I can only see like part of her, like a couple arms and a head. Is there any more to her in that flower?
You must kill Mikula.
Okay, this feels like the end of it.
Grant him forgiveness.
Yeah, it's the same as what we heard last time. So in that case, we're done. Potentially. With the down here area. There's not anything else in this little swamp? I don't know, it doesn't quite strike me as a swamp. It's more so just stagnant water. Which in a way I guess is a swamp, right? I don't know. There's not any other exits though, is there? Because that person seems important. I don't know how important, but they seem important. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. I'm gonna say it's probably it. And oh, that's Centrina down there, is what they're called. I'm gonna quickly go get my runes back. It's not many, but I might as well grab them. Oh, never mind. My runes are here. Lovely. Trying to think what I want to do from here. In alter garments, can make a pointed hat into a completely not hat. What does that make? Wait, what? Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm looking at the altering thing just because I've not really looked at it at all for any of the DLC stuff. Is there even any DLC stuff for it? We've got a various assortment of knight armor. Fingerprint armor? I can't remember if that's something new. Armor of Solitude. Could be altered to be ever so slightly lighter and ever so slightly worse. That might have been good to know. Isles armor. Loses its cape. I think the Solitude one loses its cape as well. The Crucible armor, I think, has a very slight through its cape. No, you just chop the cape off. That's all that does. Okay. I like my cape though. Yeah, with that area now done. Just noticing. Dragons. That's a dragon mountain, isn't it? I'll need to deal with that at some point. For now, though, head on up here. We're clearing a surprising amount of this. I'm slightly surprised we didn't actually get to a proper, like, underground area. 'Cause I'm not sure if there's a second map for an entire underground. I kind of expected there might be, though. So I'm a little surprised we've just not seen it at all, if there is one. So that feels like it would have been the area it was, if there was one. Anyway, for now, we can probably jump across to here. Which gets me to a tree. Trees are always good fun. Don't think there's anything to be concerned with here. Get a cookbook. Perfectly good by me. Up here, we have you. Hello. You're trying to run away. I'll leave you be. I just wanted to say hello. I didn't mean to disturb you. Quickly check the map. Yeah, so we couldn't get to the top of this other ones, could we? So I will grab this. Great Gravewort. It's alright. We get a way down to this beach. I wanted to get up to this. How would I do that? Perhaps I can climb up the dragon wing? Nah, dragon wing doesn't look climbable. I mean, I would imagine it's something to do with down here. Right. Got another set of hands down there. We do not need to be concerned about the hands. All we need is to figure out a way to get on top of the kind of red looking area on the map. I say need, we don't need to. I'd like to, however. I think it would be pretty fun to get up there because there's almost definitely something up top. My understanding is you would get up top maybe by... There's a cave under the dragon, goes out here, comes up here. So it looks like there's a path. That is my assumption. I think it's a fairly valid assumption. Like, as far as they go, that seems reasonable to me. However, I don't know if that is actually correct or not. And thank you for follow. Very much appreciate it. Make our way down here. What have we got? Have we got a way down to this? We do. Lovely. That's what I was after. Nothing of interest in there, is there? No. That's fine. Then going over here, this, presumably judging by the colour, another great glovewort. Yeah. That's good. It's not something I think I'll use. That's good. I'm not going to say no to it. That aside though, is there anything on the underside of this? Ship. I don't know. They're not really ships, but they're kind of boats, but kind of not. I don't know what they are. Okay, does that just hold me still for a moment? You just knocked my horse down. That was very rude of you. Like, I understand I am actively ignoring these fellas just because I can't be bothered fighting them, but still. That's rather rude of them, you know? For now, I'm gonna make my way just around the bit over here, largely ignoring the hands. Be on the lookout for any little fingers poking through. Don't think I'm seeing any fingers, so there's not anyone trying to ambush me. Which is good. I enjoy not being ambushed. Being ambushed isn't very fun. I mean, you got one set of hands there. I guess hand singular, potentially. They've got a lot of fingers, don't they? Yeah, for most part, we're safe to ignore them. Looking at a map. Is it just up through there? Is that the only way I can go? It's going up that possibly could lead me to the top piece. It's unlikely, I'd say. It's unlikely. So I'm not able to get up top. What am I going to do? What is the way I'm supposed to get to the top area? I feel like Dragon Corpse. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, potentially there's a path through here. And that's what you're meant to do. As my next best guess. However, we've got to go through all of that area. Which... I don't know. This feels kinda like a boss arena. This doesn't feel like somewhere I'm just meant to explore and find cool stuff. However, if I can get down to here, there's definitely a way up. It looks like it does lead to a little tunnel going through, so I think that's where I want to go next. For now, lots of hands to deal with. Hands, as we have previously learnt, are weak to fire, weirdly. That guy there looks like he's some kind of snake. What are you all about, my friend? Aren't my magic? You're a magic snake, are you? You're not a snake, you're a leech, maybe? Might be a leech. With, like, hands and legs. Trying to judge based on his mouth. Mouth looks like a leech. He had several eyes leading up to his mouth. I don't think leeches have eyes, do they? I'm trying my best to picture a leech in my mind. I'm not picturing one with eyes. Got a big old hand up there. Ignore the hand. Ignore that hand. You know what, if this is hand kind of area, I think we might go over to the torch with fire damage. All in all, its damage is going to be slightly worse, but against specifically hands, it's going to be better. Let's try and get rid of that one first. Set you on fire. I'm not doing my best here, am I? I'm not really doing my best against this hand. But just because they're hands, I know I don't think I'm going to struggle against them. So I'm just not taking it seriously. I should still take it seriously, but it can very much be a threat. Small hands a lot less so, but they can still be a threat. I don't think we need to worry about them. Looking around and I'm not seeing any more hands attached to things, it's just hands on the ground. If they're on the ground, I can probably just avoid them. Be careful of any who kinda notice me, because I don't really want to fight them all too much. I can just set them on fire with this. Like, that is a completely valid thing to do. But yeah. Some of them have grounds, such as this one here. They are ones who can do that annoying kind of magic. So we want them ones gone. Let's knock it over. There we go. I mean, the small ones, we just need to whack them twice. That's fine. We very much do not like the fire. That's all good. Heading up to this, got some kind of coffin. Oh, this lets me duplicate stuff. Okay. Saint of the Bud's the lowest down, making me think it's probably the most important one to duplicate in terms of like giving me runes. I don't know how accurate that would be. But yeah, keep making my way down here. I know where I want to end up. There's in fact two places I want to end up, actually. There is over there. There is over here. Because I'm fairly confident this was the place on my map. Be this one? Yeah. You gave me a map, and you didn't tell me where to go on it. I can only assume it's that centerpiece which stands out the most. I don't know if that is true, however. Also fire against this guy. Still does a good job. Two shots him, I believe. if I get charged attacks anyway. So yeah, we'll stick to Fire Torch for now. It does the job. I think that part over there is where the game wants me to go. And because that's where the game wants me to go, I'm gonna go somewhere else. We've got what I believe are called concretions here. Kind of circular rocks. Which I don't know a lot about. But I think they form when there's some kind of an object inside of sediment, and then all of the sediment kind of hardens around it and eventually makes like ball. I think is what that is. I couldn't say with 100% confidence because I'm not a geologist. But I think that's what it is. But they're real things, like these round rocks. Pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. A lot of the time, they'll have some kind of fossil in the centre as well, because of the little bit of whatever solid matter it was they formed around. Whether it was like a shell or a tooth, or it could be anything really. As long as it's mostly solid anyway. Like, I don't think it'd form around a leaf. Again, I'm not a geologist. I don't know. Still though, cool rocks. Cool rocks. Everyone loves a cool rock, right? Then can you name one person who doesn't like cool rocks? I didn't think you could. Mostly because I don't know if there's anyone actually active in the chat. It's fine though, I'm happy just talking to myself. And sharing cool trivia with myself. It's a bit weird, but again, I'm happy to do it. Cool trivia is cool, regardless if anyone hears it, you know? We've got another one of these leech dudes. You need to stop being such a pain, my friend. Like, I want to say skittering about, it's more slithering about. Just... Got one down there who I'm not convinced can hit me, he's a bit too far away. So I'm going to leave him be. I'm also going to change back to the Holy Torch, which is, I believe, slightly better. And I was about to say, I think we're done with the hands, and then more of them show up. As if they knew what I just did. Go away. I don't care about the hands. They're annoying to fight if you don't have fire in it. Fire makes them considerably more manageable. Make sure I'm blocking this dude. I'll not lie, it's probably more efficient if I don't block him. And instead, I just dodge roll. Make my way up this. Where we go? Anything up here? And I can definitely get up here. Doesn't mean there's anything actually to do up there. I can get up there. I mean, big hand. Just give him a slight tap, and then we just run. Because I'm bored of fighting these dudes. What have we got through here? I mean, we've got a ruined house of some kind. I'm still hoping for a way to go up. It looks like we might be able to go up. The Finger Weavers cookbook. And his house. What on earth is a Finger Weaver? Aha, my theory is proven true. Finger Creepers hail from these ruins. So now must I sound this one hanging bell, and sweetly cradled shall I come to be. I accidentally skipped that last line, so we need to go through this again. At bosom of the exalted mother. The finger mother? That's odd. Yeah, odd is definitely a correct way to put that. There's allegedly a path just up ahead. I'm not entirely convinced I can get up from here. How do I get up? I don't know. My next best guess would be it's from around here. I need to go to like the suppressing pillar. Or something. I don't know. I mean, we've got a bear, but I'm gonna leave you be, because the bear's just living in here. He's chill. Okay. So that's not entirely helped, has it? How do I get up? Like, there's clearly stuff up there. Is there like a finger I can climb? Can I not be jump scared by hands, please? I'm looking at the scenery. It's not the time for it. Like, I really don't know how I get up top there. You need to get to that big mountain. Right? And you've got the finger runes. Yeah, that's fine. We've been here already. How did I get on top of everything? Because yeah, there is 100% a path up there. There's like a bridge and everything. How do you get up? And I'm looking around the stuff on the edges. I'm not seeing anything. Like, there's 100% going to be a boss fight in there. So we're going to avoid it for now. The boss fight doesn't necessarily help. And we're going to do the boss fight in a minute anyway, and I thought I could go through there. We cannot. Let's go for this one. Yes, we can. Is there anything around the back of this? Because we couldn't really see from a distance. I mean, I found the finger mimic. Whatever that might be. That feels kind of rare as a resource, but something I don't know what I'd use it for. Another big hand. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. Which is a way onto the kind of upper part of the outskirts of this area. Indeed. I guess we just fight this, what is most likely a boss. Damage and full health. Pop the physic. Just 'cause I'm fairly confident a boss is about to pop out. Sound the bell. That just gives me a Crimson Seed Talisman. Why am I allowed to summon my dude here? That's why I was thinking it would be a boss. What? What now? Why did I blow into a bell? Okay, don't whack the bell. Well, now I'm really confused. Where am I meant to go now? Yeah, I kind of expected this to be more beneficial to me. How did I get up there? Unless I can get up there, I can't continue to the mountain, and it's like the mountain in this area I've not been to. Immediate thing that comes to mind, this guy over here, he is the one who told me to go sound that bell. Which I now have done. So maybe it's done something? Is there anything in here? Right be? Ah, hey Lunar Misty. Good to see you. How was your stream? Hope it went well. I am currently a little confused in Elden Ring, I won't lie. Like, I don't know what's going on. And where I'm meant to go. You know, I hope you had a great stream. You had a fun time. I don't think I spotted what game you were playing, but I know you have been playing the Stardew but in space one you mentioned before. How's that? You been enjoying it? I hope so. But yeah, I, for now, want to go around the outside and then go back in through the graveyard, I believe. There we go. Now we've got a fella to speak to. Here is that fella.
Oh, there you are. The exalted timbre of the bell has reached these ears of mine. Gracious, the starry sky is wondrous tonight indeed. Only your fate shines brighter. Now, these are for you.
You've given me a second map. And beloved Stardust.
Think nothing of it. I have made my decision to be of help. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore.
Okay, can I ask about the nature of the world?
That you have borne witness to the whole of it. The conceits, the hypocrisy of the world built upon the Earth Tree. The follies of men. Their bitter suffering. Is there no hope for redemption? The answer, sadly, is clear. There never was any hope. They were each of them defective, unhinged from the start. Marika herself, and the fingers that guided her. And this is what troubles me. No matter our efforts, if the roots are rotten, then we have little recourse.
You mentioned Miko. Still on one lonely outpost, pretty good. Waiting for these changes can get stuff done. Nah, it's just kind of waiting for days to pass. It does happen like that, isn't it? With Stardew and such. Because you get all the stuff you want to get done in this season, you just need to wait. I mean, can you not, like, sleep and just pass the days, or are you not wanting to do that?
Ever young Mikola saw things for what they were. He knew that his bloodline was tainted, his roots mired in madness. A tragedy, if ever there was one. That he would feel compelled to renounce everything when the blame lay squarely with the mother.
Okay, so we've got his opinion on stuff. Yeah, map to old ruins. We need to check my inventory. I do want to have a look at this. Okay, again, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. I was intending to find a way to get there, but now I'm not sure how you do that. How do I get up to this? So to tend the farm, over than that, you're kind of wasting the days. Yeah, that's just how it goes, isn't it? So there's definitely stuff I'm missing up here. Because I can get up top of all of this. I want to do that. Or can you do the old dog? Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I'll chat in a little bit then. Chat in a little bit. There's a cave down here as well I'd like to get to so I can explore all of this. Unless going upstream is supposed to help, potentially. I can give that a go. I don't know if I can go upstream. At this point, I genuinely don't know where I'm meant to be going. I have explored everything I'm immediately aware of that I can explore. So it's just a case of figuring out now where I can explore. Okay, that was bad. That was a lot further of a drop than I thought it would be. I thought that was a different pit. That one's on me, I'm sorry, Torum. Poor horse just has to deal with my antics. Okay, we'll go get my runes. There we go. We'll actually go to the bridge this time. Where I believe I can make that jump. And I want to head north on this patch. Going up through here. What have we got? Hey. That looks promising. Yeah, because that's definitely a path there. Which, I mean, it looks like, as long as it could be on my horse, that's doable. So I need to make my way down to this kind of a level. How do I get down? Not like in the kind of like dancing, boogieing kind of way. I don't need to get down in that sense. Or maybe I do. Maybe that's how you do it. Could you imagine? Also, something else I should probably check. I'll check while I'm on this bridge because it should be safe. That finger mimic thing. What is that all about? It's not in there. Key item? Might be a key item. I wouldn't have thought it was, but maybe. I mean, did that in order to sound the bell. See, that does explain a little bit. I'm not seeing a finger mimic. Is it a resource? Is it a crafting material? I'm just looking for a hand. Yes, finger mimic. Exceedingly rare to find. I don't know what that's used in, but presumably something from the like fingery cookbook we found. Okay, from up here, is there a way? Okay, I am seeing there is something. There's almost definitely a way down there. Like, as I'm looking, there's like an entire area down there, which I have just not visited. And that's quite likely how you end up getting to this. which doesn't necessarily help me get to the Dragon Mountain. But if it does get me to Dragon Mountain, it would help me get to the top half of the other area, presumably. So if I headed up here, I've only been around this area once. There was like one of those fire dudes sitting about. I didn't beat him up just because I couldn't be bothered mostly. There is one of those hippo dudes down there as well. Do I want to beat up a hippo? If I can find a way down, I would. I don't think that helps. How do I drop down safely? Is the question. I mean, there's a possibility that I get there from a different area. No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Like, I'm just carefully looking down as I cross the bridge there. And that's not helped. If I then go over here, I'm gonna sit at this edge for a little while. Because yeah, there is 100% a site of grace down there. With potentially there being a path here. Is what I'm seeing. I don't entirely trust that I'm correct in thinking that. I don't know. Is it safe? It might be safe. I'm not entirely trusting of this. But I don't have much else to go off of. So I don't want to get to that little patch there. I'm going to start crossing a bridge. We're going to stop. We're going to look down. Also, visions of boss. There's not any boss here. And if there was, we'd already beat it. Yeah, if I could get down there, then it would get me over. But again, it could be once I'm over, I get to the part that's down there. I'm not seeing a safe way down. I'm not. Like, there's a bunch of gravestones. Which I am not in any way convinced you would be able to climb. So that part's got to lead down. Which means somewhere else there's a way to get to this. Possibly along that kind of an area. If I can find something here that I can use to go down, I could do something. Get off the horse. We've got some fights we'll need to do. I'm just not convinced it's going to end up helping during these fights. I mean, they're surprisingly tough enemies. If they don't chuck themselves off the cliff anyway. Let's go back to my holy torch, because it is just, I believe, slightly better. So we fought the boss at the end of what I thought was just a dungeon with nothing else to do at the bottom. Okay, I believe that is also all of the spiders we'll be facing, at least in this little part of the area. So from here, can I tell anything else which I could not before? Below me, it does not look like there's a path. In which case, hell am I meant to do to get down there? Because yeah, that leads up to here, but what if this actually, in turn, leads down to here, and I approach from the other side? Like, I'm just lost. I don't know how you get down there. I mean, safely anyway. I know how you get down there. I don't know how I survive the getting down there in my current best known plan. Which I can't say I'm the fondest of the plan. Also, that was just a skull. I thought that was something more interesting. Indeed. There is a little shack there. We have been to that. We've explored along this side, I believe. We did not find what we needed. I go up to this pillar? Can I go down this? I think first, we weirdly go all the way back to our very first place we'd been at. I don't know if this is sensible to even try going from here to do it. See, that big pillar I just gestured at. I'll not say for certain I remember what it does, or if it did anything. I know we went up to it, but I didn't pay proper attention. I think there was a bunch of those bird things about. So we could revisit it, potentially, or something. Thinking it is somewhat likely, and I'm not convinced. I am seeing somewhat very loosely, but there's a chance from down here we can see that pillar that's on the map, which is kind of fallen over and is leaning against this, which acts as a bridge. That thing there is what I'm looking for. And we can see it. I'm not convinced we can use that pillar to get across. But I mean, it's got something underneath it. It's got this. So maybe you can make your way up. So I'm grasping at straws here, is what I'm doing. I have a couple of key items, I just don't know what they do. Like there's some kind of prayer I have, and I need to find someone who can decipher it. Does that mean for me to go back to base game? I'll hand it over to like our... was it a cleric you'd call him? I don't know. He taught you incantations and such. There is also turtle poke potentially could help. The first thing we do is we check if there's a way up from where we currently are. I'm very doubtful that there is. But like I say, I'm grasping at straws trying to figure out where the hell I'm meant to go. Because I don't know. I really don't know where I'm meant to go from this point on. And there's not a way up. There's not. It's just a wall. You can find a way on top of any of this red area. You can go up here. But now I know it doesn't teleport me. I know there's another way up to here. And there's a way down here. Which I've just not come across. I've not. It annoys me that I've not found the way. I know I've looked from here, and it's considerably further down. So you can't just drop. Cave itself, I checked for through here. There wasn't anything. Even checked the little tunnel there was nothing. So the cave must, theoretically anyway, because it could come from even further down here. There is a chance. But theoretically, it comes from somewhere in that area. I checked up to the sunflowers. That didn't help. Scattered tree chalice. I haven't found anything to do with it. So maybe there's something? Okay, I've got one idea. It's not an idea I'm hugely fond of. In fact, no, I've got a couple ideas. So, we're looking for that fire knight. Weirdly. How best I get to him? Sunken Chapel, maybe? I've not been in this area in a long while. We never found out what he did. He didn't speak to me. He didn't really have anything. As far as I could tell, he did. Let's mark him as a point of interest. We, I believe, just need to go inside and up a left. The guy who used to live in here should be dead. There's the things he would normally summon that are bound to him just die and give me some points. But I want to go up here, is what we want. Activate this. Cool. We have a couple of these Fire Knight dudes to murder. So if I sneak up to them... Never mind. He doesn't want to be murdered. He's ignoring me. That's all good. We should have at least one more. I believe possibly two. Who are we to fight? I think just the one though, seemingly. That's all good. This guy has a knife, meaning you are one of the easy ones. I have not been the sun. There we go. Leave the crab to its crably duties, whatever they might be. And bring me over here. It's this guy we never figured out what he wanted. Or what he was doing.
Queen Marika, take not from...
I can give him irises. I'll give him an iris of grace. Yeah, because you hadn't revisited him in a long while.
Queen Marika, dearest mother, I shall silence all who would trespass upon thy peace, as decreed by the grace of gold. No soul shall thy sanctity imperil.
Hooray! You can now summon him. Cool. Okay, brilliant. Glad I revisited him. Don't think that helps. That is a bit of a shame. Next thing to have a look at. This is not the previous idea I'd had. The idea involves the Sakatry fragment chalice thing. What I'm thinking though for here is I can jump onto this roof. Was there anything kind of in this area, or an adjacent area as well, which now that the water's been drained, I am able to investigate. Because I'll not lie, it doesn't look like it. But I've not really revisited this part while the water is drained, so maybe I say that with a slightly higher pitched voice because I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. There should be a fire knight up here. Hello. You're not anyone who worries me. You're fine, you've got a dagger. You're on an easy race. Come on, let me just whack you a bit. There we go. So, with that having been done, apparently I've still got some of them fighting. Is one of those guys over there? I don't know. I can't check my map. I was going to check my map because I think I've been over that passage. That's been done. Still can't check my map. Okay, cool. Was there anything else from up here I can now access? Like, the roof itself isn't broken. So there isn't like anywhere to fall down and explore. If I jump over to this, this was how you get up to the roof. Doubt there's anything on the roof that I could then get to. However, there might be something somewhere. And I can go along this. This isn't helping me, is it, though? No. No, this isn't helping me. Okay. That was not anything of use. Next thing to investigate, and this is, again, I'm not confident about this. But maybe there is a possibility I can set fire to... I guess it was kind of kindling up here, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. There was wood at the base of this, what's it even called? A chalice. At the base of this chalice, there was definitely wood. Can I, by any chance, set fire to it? I'm gonna like chuck one of those fire pots, I guess. It's probably the most reasonable way to do this. I've also got this. I'll just quickly try. No, that didn't do anything. Give this a throw. Okay, that doesn't do anything either. Just in case it wants like a different spot for it, I'll chuck it against this part. Okay, no. While it is set up in a way that it could be kindling, I think this is just roots. I don't think that's actually important. No idea what this chalice is for. I thought a boss to get up here. I then proceeded to not have anything to do while I was up here. There's this giant arch. It feels important. It does. But at the end of the day, it did get me a whole bunch of the fragments to power myself up, so maybe that's all it was. Apparently got blessed bone shards as well. But that doesn't help me. Before I go teleporting away, I'm gonna have a quick check of the key item I'm thinking of. With this. Learn about the secret rite of the Divine Gateway. Scroll made of white tree bark. You can decipher the scroll which describes the secret rite to the Divine Gateway said to be found at the tower enshrouded by shadow. A Lord will usher in the God's return. Lord Soul, Prior of Bess. So, Tower ensured by Shadow would be this. To get into there, I had to burn something up here. To burn that, I need Mesmer's Flame. I don't know how you get that. So we're kind of locked off in that area, in that case. Really, my only guess is I go down here somehow. I really don't know how. Is there like something I missed up top here? I didn't have a best of looking around up there. So potentially? Like I say, I'm grasping at straws. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea what I'm meant to be doing. Like, to an extent, I'm enjoying the exploring and trying to figure it out. I might end up just looking it up if I don't find it soon. The problem is, I don't know what I'm meant to look up. No, I remember. Over there was where I fought a big bear, wasn't it? Yeah. In which case, that little lake, not gonna help me. Go up here. Yeah, I didn't think we'd find anything new. We didn't see anything from the little poison swamp down below. It's unlikely being up here would help. Because, I mean, we had a better view of down below from the poison swamp. This is not so much a case of looking down, as it is a case of just exploring the edges in case there's a way down. Which is looking rather unlikely. Things I might be looking for, though, is potentially a spirit spring, like a big gust of wind going up. If I can jump into that, then yes, I would be fine. How do I get down? And you've got a bear who's angry at me. I'm not bothered enough to fight him. I mean, maybe? If I follow this along further, I can find something. I don't think there's even straws to grasp at this point. I'm just doing stuff with the vague hope I come across something. Yeah, because that's just a village. Unless I can climb along that, perhaps? I don't know. We've not looked at this area too much. Maybe there's something. So that's me approaching the little ridge, which would lead presumably down, yeah. It's not looking the safest. However, and this is a bad idea. There is what looks like a weird circular area. Okay, that's death. 'Cause it looked like those lines in the sand, dirt, whatever, were kind of around the central point. But that's not what we do. That is not what we do. Maybe from down here? I don't have a clue. Like I say, there's not even straws. There's not even straws at this point. Okay, so definitely a whole lot of water down that. That is what we have on the map. However, there's also a little plateau down there, which we this. Can we find a way to that little plateau? It's not seeming all too promising. But I will go for anything if there's even the possibility. Okay, there's not even a ledge below here. I was thinking maybe there was like a cliffside path. No, no, there is no path going through cliffs. Just going as carefully as I can here while still on the horse, which arguably makes it a lot less careful. Let's make some quick dinner before D&D. Ah, fair enough, Shy. Fair enough, I'll see you in a little while. See you in a little while. Is there anything? I'm not really convinced there is. Okay, next thing I'm gonna explore, and sorry for all this exploring, it's supposed to be very boring to watch. We've got this coast. There's that island we never figured out how to get to. That had a little building on it, which looked similar to a building that was in the bit down here. I believe would have been more precisely hidden under this ledge. There was something that had a big similarity in what it looked like. Is not a good string to go off of. So I'm not going to aim for that island. I'm going to aim to find a way on top of all of this. I'm also very, very quickly actually going to check what recipes I have for crafting. Because I don't have a clue what this, like, finger mimic thing does. But presumably something. Presumably something. Where do you do your crafting again? I'm looking at the menu. We've got sort chest, which doesn't help. The alter garments. Where do you do your crafting? I don't know. It's probably not useful anyway, is it? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say it's not gonna be useful. So I'm gonna go to good vantage points, which to me would be on top of that thing just over there. And we're gonna see what I can spot, just from manually looking around. I'm aware there's a guy who wants to zap me, but I'm on a horse, so I should be mostly fine. Here we are. We apparently haven't been up this anyway, so there we go. Nice little reward. So yeah, we're looking to get onto that bit with the red grass. The most promising lead I can see from here is if I get on top of that little bull statue, I might be able to jump up. Aside from that, it might connect to up here, but I'm very doubtful of that. Yeah, it's not gonna connect to that. So that's a bit that's all the way up there, right? I'm just seeing a fiery dude. I think he's on there. I don't think he's on there. And you got that tree down that way. Which... yeah, that would be that little bit there I'm looking at. It's lower down than I thought it was. But, yeah, I'm not convinced we can make that. There's got to be a way to the island. I just don't know what it is. I need to find out what it is, and that's going to help me. I might ask Con to come and give me a hand at some point. Because I don't know where to go at this point in the game. Which I'm all down for exploring and like finding stuff. But I'm not all down for wasting mine and everyone else's time doing that exploring. Because up to a certain point, it is reasonable. After a certain point, it's... who lunches poison? Oh, one of those shadowy dudes. Okay. That was confusing. But yeah, no, I can go up here. Which... I mean, it feels the most promising of what I've found so far. Doesn't mean it's necessarily where I want to be. I'm amazed I recovered. Because yeah, as much as I want to say, oh, I'm close, I could do that. I don't know if I could. So there is a great glovewort over there. That's something I've noticed from up here. You can probably get it from those little ledges. Cool. Doesn't help me get up top. Jumping from this... I mean, as much as I want to say I could make the jump, I'm not convinced it's high enough anyway. I need to kind of force my way up. Which does not feel correct. It's the closest I've gotten to being up there. I need to be on top of the horn. I would then need to do a sprinting jump. So I'm going to do a sprinting jump from here. Nowhere close. So that's not doable. I'm just going silent briefly while I think. That looks like there might be something down there. I'm not convinced that would help. I'm gonna try and get that great glovewort that I spotted. then I think I might call it and try and figure out what the hell I'm meant to do in my own time. Because this is probably about as much time as I can justify doing in my own time, or sorry, on the stream rather than in my own time trying to figure it out. This is boring for me. I can only imagine it's even more boring for the rest of you. The only thing I can think of is that whatever it is I'm heading towards now. I want to say it's a tomb of some type. I'm still not convinced it is. I want to say that's what it is. I get onto there somehow. Maybe I can do something, get up. Can I even get onto this? It's a great golf works. It's not gonna be easy. I'm almost thinking I need to get there from above. And that'd be reasonable. Yeah, because it's hard to get there from anywhere else. It's one of the other close points I've seen to the top. And if it is the case that I'm supposed to get there from above, then I'm very much not meant to be getting there from down here, which should explain why this is such a weird path I'm currently trying to take. I didn't even push forward there, my horse just jumped out. By default, I guess it jumps slightly forward. You know what? That bit might be doable. I'm incredibly careful. I need to jump from the highest point. I need to get a little run up. It might be doable. I'm not convinced this is the intended way, but it's the way I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm not convinced you can make that jump. I'm thinking I do have the capability to get the distance. And get to that upper piece. It's going to be very tricky platforming. And like I've said, likely not intended. It's close to falling down. But I didn't. I'm going mad. I'm going mad trying to do this. This is clearly not what is intended. How am I meant to... How am I meant to progress? I don't even know where I'm meant to go at this point. I need to find Mesmer's Flame, is all I know. I don't know where he lives. I get up here. That was one of the weirdest ways to have gotten up. But okay. I try and jump up manually, is that possible? So I'd like to position myself. Then get on the horse. Then do a running jump. Gets me to here. That is mildly promising. Can I jump onto this rock? Yes, yes I can. Can I jump onto here? I can. Okay. Okay, that is, like I say, great going for it. I'm happy with that. I'm not really going to use it, I don't think, but I'm still happy with it. Alright? From here. Oh, I swear if I fall down. If I fall down. Oh, no. Okay. Now we just run over and try and get to that ledge. Nope. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go grab those runes and then we'll end the stream. I need to figure out what we're meant to be doing. Because that is very much not it. That is not it at all. I'm missing something. Missing something. What am I missing? I think I've been to all the areas that I'm able to get to. I can very quickly visit that hill. I said it might have something important. I'm not hopeful it does. But it certainly stands out. It certainly does. Oh, I really don't know. You know, I said I'm not going to subject you to any more of this. I'm not going to. My runes are up top of that. You know what? We're not getting my runes either. But no, I think that is all. I need to figure out what I'm meant to do. Up until this point, I have been enjoying the DLC. I didn't expect to get to a part where I just do not know where to go to progress. Didn't expect that. So it feels like there should be more down here. Because I got to that bell, I sounded it, I got an item. That's cool. That's good. I like getting items. This is too prominent an area for that to just be it. There's no way that's it. There has to be more. Yeah, I'll explore and I will try and figure this out. For now, that is all. I hope you've all enjoyed. I've mostly enjoyed myself. That last hour's been a bit painful, I'll not lie. Whatever, that is all. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely time, whatever you're up to. And I'll see you about. Bye for now.